certain man was sick. Tell you, sometimes bad things happen to good people. Can I tell you, there's always not this big spiritual reason why things happen to you. You just live this life long enough and things happen. Everybody want always some type of explanation. Honey, you just tripped. That's all. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. But just because something bad happened to you don't mean that you're in sin. Just because something bad happened to you don't mean that you're out of the will of God. Or that God is angry with you. And sometimes if you're not careful, when things happen to you, you'll start to put a judgment on yourself. And say, what have I done? What have I done wrong? That I've been in this state for a long time. And so you have to understand that sometimes when things happen to you that don't change, it's not your job to complain. Tell your neighbor it's your job to praise your way through. Tell your neighbor it's not the people that matter, it's God who's watching you. God is watching your attitudes. Your character means more to God than anything else. And it's not my praise in church that counts. Because my praise in church ought to be here and ought to be exemplified. Because the best way to express yourself is in church. But when you can praise him when you leave this building, now you're saying something. When you can praise him in a doctor's office when they tell you you're dying of cancer, maybe that's a praise. When you can praise him when they deny your application for college and you can come into church glorifying God, that's a real praise. When you ain't got no food in your refrigerator and don't know how you're going to pay the rent, but you still come in and say, but God I live, but God I die. Blessed be the name of the Lord. When he got some praise. And he was sick. Tell your neighbor, sometimes things don't always work out the way I plan. You don't plan to get sick. You don't plan on having cancer. You don't plan on getting in a car crash. How many know you don't plan divorces? How many of you know you don't plan on not having the money to finish college? Amen. And how many of you know sometimes things hit you that you don't have power over? Come on. Amen. Because you hit your neighbor and say, but when you don't have power over it, there's somebody that does. I don't quit at my end. When I come to the end of me, that's my sign to run to him. Come on. Because he is stronger than I am. Yeah. The Bible says a certain man was sick. Watch this. His name was Lazarus, of Bethany, of the town of Mary, and her sister Martha. Tell you later we can go home now. We can go home. You want to know why? Because in the first verse of the text, God is answering all your questions. First verse, let me show you. Number one, God knows the condition you're in. That's right. Because you were sick. God knows your name. Yeah. His name was Lazarus. Yeah. Of Bethany. It's your neighbor say, he knows where you live. He knows where you are. Of the town of Mary. Tell your neighbor he knows your family. And your sister Martha. He knows who you're related to. So before we even find out what your problem is, he knows your name. He knows your condition. He knows where you live. He knows where you are. He knows your family. And if he knows all that, he already worked out your end before your beginning even started. I wish somebody would give about 30 seconds of praise like that. He already knows. I ain't got to report him or nothing. He already knows the condition I'm in. Come on. Watch this. Verse 2. It says it was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment. So now it's being specific. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. So now they're trying to identify who called on Jesus. Just tell your neighbor who calls on him matters. Tell your neighbor everybody can't call him. Well, let me say it like this. Everybody can call him, but not everybody can get a breakthrough. Tell your neighbor it matters. You can tell me it don't matter, but when you're really in trouble, you know who to go to. You know exactly who to call. Right now, I can't call her, no, I can't, but her, yeah, I'm going to call her. Because you know who can get a breakthrough. Watch this. Verse 3 now says, therefore, his sisters came unto him saying, Lord, okay, let's go back. Therefore what? Therefore understanding from verse 2 that it was Mary, and she is the one who cried on Jesus' feet, anointed him. Based on all the things that she's done, she's not following him. But we have to stop here now because it's telling us all the things that she did and who she is and the position that she's in, and she's using that for leverage. I'm the one who anointed your feet. I'm the one who cried and prepared for you when all the disciples didn't do it. And she's using what she's done to try to get God to move. How many of you know you can't get God to move based on what you gave in the offering? I don't know y'all don't want to hear this today. How many of you know you can't get God to move just because you did something for him? It's not how much money you give. It's not what you've done for God. It's not where you were born or what your last name is. The only way to get God to move is by your faith. Don't judge me by my bank account because I could get God to move more than you. Because power is not in clothes. Power is not in your last name. And power is not in your bank account. The Bible says that he that cometh to God must believe that he is and that he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So it's my faith that moves God. The Bible says without faith you can't even please God. And so now she's coming to God without faith. Too many times we come to church on Sunday and if we're not careful, the praise team has got a bus of blood vessel in their throat to get you to say amen. Honey, you ought to know how to say amen when you got up this morning. If you got up this morning without a breathing machine, if you got up this morning and didn't have to go on dialysis, if you got up this morning and didn't have to have radiation treatment and not breathing through some oxygen tank, you ought to stand to your feet and give God praise that a ship is getting building because you know who your God is. You got about 30 seconds to break out in a praise in this house. Jesus gets the word. He says, Lord, behold, whom thou lovest is sick. Isn't that nice? That they're trying to inform Jesus of something like he don't know. Isn't it funny how we come to God in a panic, trying to inform him of something in our prayers like he didn't know it last year? Don't you think he's God enough to have prepared you for what's coming when you didn't even know it was on his way? Don't you think you serve a God who already sees your end before your beginning even arrives? You're not informing God of nothing when you pray. He already knows. Watch this. But verse 4 says, when Jesus heard that, he said this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God might be glorified. Tell your neighbor, this sickness is not unto death. Can I paraphrase? Go ahead. Hit 3 people and tell them this situation ain't gonna kill you. Come on, tell 3 people this situation ain't gonna kill you. In other words, what God is saying, it ain't that bad. I don't care what the devil's telling you, it ain't that bad. I don't care what the doctor's report said, God is telling you, it ain't that bad. I don't care how many enemies surround you. Come the morning, won't the enemy be standing? It ain't that bad. What is God trying to tell us? Don't worry about it. Tell your neighbor, don't worry about it. Tell your neighbor, praise me through it. He said to him, this sickness is not that bad. But for what? For the glory of God. So I'm not going through this because I did something wrong. I'm not going through this because God is trying to punish me. I'm going through this because when this is over, God is going to get glory out of my life that he could not get prior to this situation. So what God is saying is that the level of glory that I need requires you to go through a level of trial that a maximum glory you're about to bless me with. When it's all over, God's going to get glory out of this. Tell your other neighbor, when it's all over, God's going to get glory out of this. I know you're crying now. I know you're struggling now. I know you're worried now. But I come to prophesy to somebody, when it's all over, God is going to get glory out of this. I find 3 people and tell them, I don't know how, but he's going to get glory. I don't know when, but he's going to get glory. I don't know where, but he's going to get glory. For now, God is saying, this sickness is not unto death. Brings us to an understanding my situation is limited. Well, I come to tell somebody there's an end to what you're going through. Where there is a Genesis, there is an Exodus. Where there is a beginning, there is an ending. The minute Jesus said this sickness is not unto death, that means he just limited finance. He put a limit on how far the enemy could attack your family and your finances. Then what is my job as the church? Your job is not to give up, but to praise him till you break through the limit. And I come to tell somebody in the building that while I was in prayer this morning, the Lord told me to tell somebody you're about one shout away from the biggest breakthrough you ever had in your life. Your next shout may just break you through your limitations for 30 seconds. Stand to your feet and get right. You gotta praise him like you want to break through. You gotta praise him like you want to miracle. You gotta praise him like you want restoration. This may be the last time you see your enemy. This may be the last time you see your sickness. This may be the last time you deal with that trial. Before I move on and tell them my situation is limited. It's limited. It can't last much longer. It can't hold out much longer. It can't stay in the house much longer. I'm serving an eviction notice. My sickness has got to go. I'm serving an eviction notice. This trial has got to go. I'm serving an eviction notice. This storm has got to pass. I got 30 seconds to put a praise on that. Praise him like you're coming out. Look at your neighbors, and while I'm sitting here, the devil's losing power. While I'm sitting here, I'm being healed in my body. While I'm praising God, he's changing my situation. Right now, you're awake. Hear the battle over. Shout now. Shout. Understanding now that God loves me, so he only allows me to go through situations that's going to change me for the better. God don't punish me through trials. He changes me through trials. He allows circumstances and situations to come to our lives to bring us revelation. Circumstances and situations bring me revelation of who God is and what God wants to do in my life. God has no other way but to allow circumstances and situations to hit us so we can focus on what he's saying and what he wants to do in our lives next. See, a lot of people can say, I know God is a healer. And that's very true. I know that faith-wise, that God is a healer. But I don't know him as a healer personally until he heals me himself. So it's one thing to know something, and it's one thing to say something. And so now what God is saying is, I'm going to bring my church to a series of events to bring revelation in their lives so that they no longer speak about me, but they speak for me. Come on. You can't speak for God until you know what he knows. And you can't speak for God until you can feel what God feels. So God has said, I'm going to put you through something so that when you come out and you say it, you know what you're saying. And so now that I've been through it, I can now look at you and say, this too shall pass. Tell your neighbor, I don't speak empty words. I don't speak empty words. Woo. Watch this. God uses our situations as an excuse. In other words, a lot of times we need God's help, but we'll keep trying to do it on our own. Who am I preaching to? My God. How many says I'm independent and I try to work things out myself? And I've been doing it now for years and it ain't changed. Who am I preaching to? You ain't got to slip up your hand. A pinky will do. Give a pinky rub. Because we try to work things out. And then God will purposely drop you in a lion's den.
Amen. Wow.
You want to know why? To get you to a place that you'll cry out for help. Tell your neighbor, you're not where you are by accident. Say, God put you there on purpose to make you cry so that he can help you.
Come on here.
That's why the Bible says, and it pleased the Lord to bruise him.
Come on. Come on here.
Because sometimes God has to allow you to get hurt to bring the healing that you need. Tell your neighbor, my life ain't just about me. My life is about others because destiny is connected. I can throw those 3 Hebrew boys in the fire, but the Bible never says it was the Hebrew boys that saw Jesus. It says he praised God. It's not clear that they saw him, but I know who did. The devil that threw him in there. He said, wait a minute. Didn't we throw 3 in the fire? Behold, I see. Who sees? Your enemy sees. The one who tried to destroy you sees. The one who tried to hinder you sees. The one who tried to stop you has the revelation of who is really on your side. What is the revelation to that? When God gets finished bringing you out, your enemy's going to see Jesus. Your mother's going to see Jesus. Your father's going to see Jesus. People at your job is going to see Jesus. Tell your neighbor, God uses your situation as an excuse to step in and change others. Not just me, others. Tell your neighbor, don't complain about where you are, because God may be sending you on somebody else's level to bring them out. And your complaint is going to cause you to miss your moment. I know I got to hurry. Watch this. In Lusaka, Zambia, Africa, there's a pastor who's preaching the gospel and building this church. There was a wealthy woman that went to that church. Husband didn't love the Lord, didn't want her to go. But she was filled with the Holy Ghost and went anyway. And the church was having a fundraiser. So she brought boxes of clothes over to the church, and we don't even use these. We want to take them and sell them to help with the fundraising and finishing the church building, because they was worshiping God in a building that had no roof. I could preach right there for a long time. Because I sat there and watched them in the rain getting the Holy Ghost. Come on, in a storm, still praising God. Come on now. The lights don't work and folks won't come to church. Well, I'll leave that alone, I gotta move. The husband ended up finding out that the wife donated the clothes and called the police on the pastor on a Friday night.
My goodness.
Police went into the church, saw the clothes, saw that the tag was from the man, arrested the pastor without even thinking about it. Threw him into jail. And he said, well, I need to make my plea before the judge. And the police said, no, the owner of the building didn't give you these clothes and said that you stole them. You have to make it right with the judge Monday. They threw him in a maximum security prison Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday. While he's in church, he said he just wanted to complain, he wanted to argue, wanted to fight. But over there, it's different. You guilty till proven innocent. It switches over there. But while he was sitting in the prison cell, he began to think, well, Lord, I don't know why I'm here, but you know. And some guy started walking by the cell and said, Pastor, is that you? And it was a member of his that had backslidden. And so he said, yes, me. It's a long situation. I'm here. He said, Pastor, I don't know why you're here, but I just prayed last night to God that my life was bound and messed up, and I got to be free from this demonic spirit that's on my life. Pastor, would you pray for me? He said he got down on his knees in the prison cell, laid hands on that man. The demon came out. The man started talking in tongues. That man fell out, and while that man was speaking in tongues, 4 other prisoners ran in there and said, we backslidden too. Can we be saved? And they gave their lives to Jesus, got them with the Holy Ghost. And like 5 of them was on the floor, 20 more ran in, and those 20 got saved. And they got delivered, and the Holy Spirit started moving. It wasn't long till the pastor left the cell, and in the courtyard, began to reach for 1,000 prisoners. The Lord, how to take their lives in Jesus, started speaking in tongues, and filled with the... This revival didn't stop Sunday. It started on a Friday, kept going Saturday, kept going Sunday, till guards started getting saved. The nurses started getting saved. Muslims started getting saved. They came and they pulled the pastor out of the prison. He didn't want to leave. But they pulled him out to bring him before the judge. And the woman had went to the judge earlier and said, I justice and judge your friend. What the devil meant for evil, turn it around for the good. Put your arm around your neighbor and tell your neighbor there's a purpose to your pain. There's a purpose to your pain. What you're going through, but when it's all over, your God will get glory. People in town, hang on, the glory's coming. Hang on, the glory's coming. It ain't over yet. Don't you dare give up in the middle. Don't you dare quit now. I gotta hurry. I gotta hurry. Sit down. He said Jesus loved Martha and her sister Lazarus. Her sister and Lazarus. Isn't it something how it's clear to say how much Jesus loves you? Tell your neighbor he loves you. He loves you. He said he loved them so much when he heard that you was dying, he didn't move. You want to know why God ain't moving on your situation? It's because he loves you. Come on. You want to know why he's not healing you right away? It's because he loves you. Come on. You want to know why he's not getting you out of debt? It's because he loves you. God loves you so much, he is not going to move in a situation of your life that's going to make you worse. Well, so he'll hold back to get you to do what? Tell you the reason God holds back. Tell your neighbor. The reason why God holds back is to see what you're going to do next. There's a whole lot of people talking about, I love Jesus, I worship Jesus, I praise Jesus. And then when you lose your job, you don't come to church. When your marriage breaks up, you don't come to church. When your son has drugs, you don't come to church.